I've been talking about all in forever and a day. You've read the blogs, all in, 100%. Difference between 100% and 99% is 100% effort. Thinking lately is, why wouldn't you go all in? I mean, anybody in the winner's circle, anybody on a high level of success, teams that have won championships, it's all been because they've been all in, because they put everything into it. They left no stone unturned. Their energy level is through the roof. So I asked myself the other day, why wouldn't you go all in? Really, the answer to that question really is simple. Probably the little voice in your head when you ask that question about why maybe something's not going your way, or why you've reached some difficulty, or why you reached an obstacle. What's the story you're telling yourself, any excuse, and why it's okay? Or why you hit a bump in the road and it's okay? And is that story true? Why the boss isn't giving you the raise, so now that's why you're not going all in. If you're on a team and the coach isn't playing you as much, or you're not getting the at-bats or the minutes or the shots you thought you were going to get. Maybe you're not getting the leads as a salesperson you thought you were going to get, so I'm going to just take a step back a little bit. But at the end, who are you really hurting? Yourself. You better make sure that when you hit an obstacle, when you hit a bump in the road, that the story you're telling yourself is true. Because most of us, we don't tell ourselves the truth. We tell ourselves something to get us out of the circumstances we're in, and then we're moving on to the next thing, and hence, you don't have the success. Because there's nothing like someone who fights through the obstacle, fights through the situation, and doesn't deviate based on something that happens to them. And the truth and the story they tell themselves is, I can do better. I can be better. I can do more. And I'm not going to let the performance of someone else or what someone else has said or what I think I heard get in the way of what I know I can do. So for all those of you that are not all in, are 99% all in, so you're almost all in, you might as well be at zero. Take a step back and think about that all in concept and what's holding you back. Think about the story you're telling yourself about why you're maybe not putting everything in and what's holding you back. And is that story true?